Every morning at exactly 7 o'clock, she was already there, before the market women opened their stores, before the school children filled the street with noise. She sat on the wooden bench beside the compound gate, hands folded quietly in her lap, eyes fixed on the road, waiting. The people of Abba Street called her Mama Emeka, 74 years old, gray hair wrapped in the same faded green head tee every morning. And for almost 1 year, she waited at the gate every single day. Nobody understood why, but everybody noticed. Every car that entered Abba Street got her full attention. Her body would move slightly forward, hope rising into her face for one small second. Then the car would pass, and she would settle back into silence again, still waiting. The children loved her. Every morning they ran to greet her before school. Mama, good morning. And her face would brighten immediately, the way darkness disappears when somebody switches on a light. She always had something for them: ground nuts, small sweets, kind words, because Mama Emeka was that kind of woman, the kind who carried love naturally. One morning, Adaize, the young hairdresser from the next compound, brought her tea. You will fall sick sitting outside every day, Mama. The old woman smiled softly. I have survived other things than cold. Adaize laughed, then quietly asked, Mama, who are you waiting for? A small silence. Then the old woman answered softly, My son. His name was Emeka, her first child, the first person who made her understand what unconditional love truly meant. She raised him carefully, protected him, prayed over him, worked herself tired so he could stay in school. And when he graduated from university with a computer science degree, she cried openly in public from pride. That is my son, she told strangers at the graduation. My first son. For years after graduation, Emeka always came home for Christmas. Every year she waited excitedly for the sound of the compound gate opening. And every year he came smiling with gifts and stories from the city. Then one Christmas, he sent money instead. Mama, I'm sorry. Work is too much. I'll come during Easter. She understood. At least she tried. But Easter came, and it did not come. August came, still nothing. Then another Christmas passed. Phone calls replaced visits. Money replaced presents. Photographs replaced moments. Years passed quietly like that. He got married, had children, built a successful life, but somehow he stopped coming home. Then one morning, Mama Emeka woke up with a strong feeling in her chest. Today he would come. She cooked his favorite pepper soup, wore her best wrapper, and sat beside the gate waiting. He never came that day, but the next morning she sat there again, and again, and again, until the waiting became part of her life, because she wanted to be the first thing her son saw whenever he finally returned home. 342 days later, a car turned slowly into Abba Street. Mama Emeka leaned forward. The car slowed down, then stopped directly in front of her gate. The door opened, and Emeka stepped out, older now, gray beginning to touch his hair, but still her son. Neither of them moved at first. The entire street became quiet. Then he finally spoke. Mama, not like a successful grown man, like a little boy who missed his mother. Mama Emeka stood slowly from the bench, her knees shaking, and they walked toward each other. When they finally embraced, nobody on the street could pretend not to cry anymore. Even the children became silent. One small boy whispered softly, The person she was waiting for came. Inside the house, she served him pepper soup. He looked around quietly, then asked, Mama, you have really been sitting at that gate every day? She smiled slightly. Not every day, Mama. Silence filled the room. Then Emeka lowered his head. I sent money. I called. I know, she answered gently. You thought money was enough. He looked up slowly, and Mama Emeka reached across the table and held his hand. I did not sit at the gate because I was hungry, she said softly. I sat there because I missed my son. Tears filled Emeka's eyes. You cannot send me a photograph of your face and tell me I have seen you. The room became completely quiet. Then she smiled through tears. But you are here now. You are. Emeka stayed for 2 full weeks, not just a weekend, 2 whole weeks. He brought his wife, he brought the grandchildren, and for the first time in years, the house became alive again. Laughter returned to the compound. The grandchildren followed Mama Emeka everywhere. One afternoon, the youngest granddaughter fell asleep on her lap. Mama Emeka sat completely still for almost 2 hours just to avoid waking her. Later that evening, she quietly told Adais, "This is the happiest I have been in many years." Before leaving, Emeka made a promise, a real promise, not another voice note promise. "We will come every holiday," he said. "You will not only see the children in pictures anymore." Mama Emeka smiled. "Just come home sometimes," she said. "That is enough." After he left, the bench still remained at the gate, but Mama Emeka no longer sat there every morning waiting, because waiting is only necessary when somebody has not yet returned. And her son finally had. This story is for everyone with a parent or grandparent somewhere waiting for them, not waiting for money, not waiting for gifts, just waiting for your presence, your voice, your visit. Sometimes the people we love do not need what is inside our bank account, they simply need us. Call your parents today. Visit home if you can, because one day the gate may still be open, but the person waiting behind it may no longer be there. And some regrets stay with people forever. If this story touched your heart, subscribe for more emotional African stories.